building project dey kakaraka, dis one mean say dem no dey cut corners. Any of the engineers wey cut corners go face the penalty one time. The engineer Agbote Henry Agbe, chairman Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers NICE Warri chapter, dey bring una dis message o.
Still morning watching that of Rainbow Television, giving you another more the very best. Let's move out as we take our time out with our engineer. And today on set is engineer Agbote Agbe, MNC, MNICE, FMP, ACSIM, ACIWM, the chairman, NICE Warri chapter. We are looking at addressing building collapse in Nigeria. And this is a series we started from last week. We are still on it. I'd like to now welcome him on board. You are most welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so we had a lot to share last week and would love to hear so much more. But before we do that, let's first of all remind ourselves what we said about the causes of building collapse in Nigeria, because we know of late we saw them so crazy.
Yeah.
Let's remind ourselves again the possible causes of building collapse in Nigeria.
Okay, so thank you. Once again, nice to be here on air to talk about this very, very important issue. If you look at our society today, you will realize that almost every month in this country we have at least one case of a building collapsing somewhere that comes to our knowledge. There may be others that are not brought to the news. So it's a very critical issue. And what the factors that are responsible for this frequent collapse of buildings that we are seeing now, of course, will go back to even when the buildings were constructed many years ago. Number one, of course, you see that some buildings, like I said last week, are aging. A residential building should not last for more than 50 to 100 years. That's the design life of a lot of them. And most times when it gets up to 100 years, you need to pull it down. But I'm sure if you go inside Warri, you will see some buildings that the colonial masters built, and those buildings should go down because they have already exceeded their design life. Then also, you now get to issues like not following construction procedures, standard construction procedures. Okay, there's a process for everything. Even to cook in your kitchen, there's a process to cook your meat to get it done. So if you don't follow the right process, you just realize that the concrete or the structure has failed ab initio. It's already a hazard waiting to happen. Then again, when agencies that are saddled with the responsibility of overseeing and ensuring compliance with codes and conduct, when those agencies don't do their job, it's either they look the other way because maybe money has changed hands, or maybe they are not just happy with their job because they are not getting the right remuneration, and they just go to site and say, let anything happen. And then there also comes the area of course, the challenge of using quackery. Quackery is a big challenge in our country today. You see quackery among the doctors, you see quackery among the pharmacists, you see quackery everywhere. And the civil engineers have not been spared the affliction of quackery. You see a lot of quacks who are just there doing things anyhow because they've learned for some years under somebody, they feel they can do what. And then you see buildings constructed that don't meet standards. They will just collapse and within a short time. So and because of the economic situation, we are producing more and more substandard buildings. You can imagine in the 70s when things were properly done in this country and we could have collapsed. Now that things are done just anyhow, you are sure that in the next 20 years we'll have more collapse. Yeah.
You know, you said something about aging, 50 years